How's it going, family? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you had a fantastic weekend and I hope you're ready to get back to work for this wonderful Thanksgiving week. We got a lot to be thankful for. And one of the things that I know you are thankful for, and so am I, is around Saitama and how well it's holding its own. Yes, even during this bear market. Saitama has been going through a lot. The market has been down, but Saitama has managed to hold its own even during this bear market. In fact, Saitama has been coming out with bombs after bombs. And one of those bombs, as of late, was the release of new tokens on the SaitaPro platform. Now, let's get into this, guys. There was a tweet that came out that shows that Crow, yes, you heard that correctly, Crow, Crypto.com's native token Crow has now been listed on SaitaSwap, where you can go ahead and swap to your heart's desire. This tweet came out from the official Saitama Twitter on November 18th, wee hours of the morning, early in the morning. And this tweet says, now live, welcome Crypto.com and Chris Crow is now trading on SaitaPro. As part of our commitment to make DeFi simple and safe, Saitama is doubling down on bringing consistent projects to our community. Trade Chronos on SaitaPro now. And as you can see, this is the graphic that came along with that announcement. And Crow is on new listing on SaitaPro. Start trading now. And so it's not just Crow, guys. Now, I'm going to get into what this is. That's part of the moving and shaking that's been going on behind the scenes with the Saitama project here. But what I want to show you here is this. There are many tokens that are available for purchasing now on SaitaSwap, SaitaPro, the web application, the mobile application as well. We can see, obviously, you can purchase Saitama, SaitaRealty, but look at what we have here. This list continues to grow week by week. We now have Luna, Jasmine, Bone, which is Shiba Swap's token, Bone, Dogecoin, and now Crow, which is Crypto.com's native token. BUSD, that's a stable coin for the Binance Smart Chain. That's the reason why it sits at around $1. That's stable. Blue Sparrow, Mandox, Slake, Kadachi, and Shaman. Guys, like I mentioned to you before, this is what you want to see in a project that is aiming to be one of the blue chip cryptocurrencies during the next bull run, or possibly even sooner. But we're going to say the next bull run. You are seeing the developers of Saitama continue to build and build. That's what you want to see from developers that mean business when it comes to their crypto projects. There are many projects out there where you haven't heard anything else from them ever since the bear market hit. So those projects, you can probably assume that they will not survive the bear market. But in this case, Saitama is continuing to stay on that grind, to continue to make sure that our pockets are safeguarded and continue to make sure that this project, Saitama, will not die. Now, let's continue on, guys. If we go over here, there was another announcement that came out. This announcement came out on the 18th as well. This announcement says, happy to introduce SaitaSwap Info Beta. Now you can follow the stats of all assets listed on SaitaPro. Try it now at info.saita.pro and share your feedback so we can keep improving our products together. Introducing SaitaSwap Info Beta. Now we can go back to where I was showing you at first. You see this interface here, this nice GUI, this graphical user interface for all my techies out there. Sometimes we get a little techie out here. I try not to because I like to keep things simple, but sometimes we got to bring the inner geek out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I digress. We go back over here looking at SaitaSwap Info Beta. We can see it's nicely laid out, guys, with a lot of statistics and facts that are brought before you that you may find to be useful for your crypto portfolio. Now, as we break this down, let's go ahead and break this down, guys, so we can see what this is all about, what goodies we have here. So we can see that now you can see the trading volume. And I'm assuming this is overall for SaitaPro, SaitaSwap platform. They've seen about $30,000 in buys and sales through the platforms over the last 24 hours. And this is the liquidity that's available on the platform for you to go ahead and sell your tokens and cash out. That's basically what's available there. That's that pot of money that keeps the project going, guys. That slush fund that you need there. And you can see here, we can see if we look at it from Monday, it looks like it's on a weekly basis. So that's pretty sweet there. But we can look at the 14th. So it looks like this is kind of trending by day in arrears. So we can see a week ago. So we look at Monday, 14, which was the 14th. we can see $662,000 in liquidity. And then if we go on and go forth, we see that it's been stable for the most part. And then as of yesterday, the 20th of November, which is Sunday, we can see that we were at around that $613,000 in liquidity. So that's pretty good. We got a pretty good little slush fund there. Now, as we go back to this area here, which is the token section, we can see that again. I've already run through this, but what I'm gonna do is kind of dive into it a little more detailed for you. You can see that it has about 8 tokens listed there so far, but actually it's more than that. Let's scroll down. I knew it was more. Okay, 13 tokens right now that have been listed on the platform. Now, to give you an overview of this, we can see that you got the name of the token, right? You got the price, the total price of the token right now, the live price. We can see the 24-hour change in price, right? Red representing a downfall and a negative, green representing a positive uptrend. Then you can see the total liquidity for that particular crypto project. So, for instance, Saitama sits at around 3 Satoshis 9 1 level, has is 5.6% down over this time yesterday, 24 hours ago, has a total liquidity of about 364, let's call it $365,000. And the volume over the last 24 hours in terms of trading is concerned, buys and sales, it's about $17.4 thousand. Now, if we go through this as another example, since Crow was newly listed, we can see that Crow sits at around 6 cents according to this platform, and it's down about almost 5% on the day. And we can see the total liquidity on this platform is 17,000 and change, and the 24-hour trading volume was of roughly almost $300. And that's because it's just been listed, folks. It's just been listed. Now, if we continue to go down and step through this whole SaitaSwap beta platform here, or not platform, but the website that was just released, we can see that these are what's called liquidity pools. What is a liquidity pool? Well, I'm glad you asked, because we like to educate you on this channel. As you can see here, basically, this is just showing you the trading pairs for the tokens. So you have wrapped Ethereum, that's what WE stands for, wrapped Ethereum and Saitama, that pairing has about $344,900 in liquidity, has traded around 17,000 and change over the last 24 hours in terms of volume, and a total of 67 individual unique transaction. That means buys and sells. Now, if we continue to look on for another example, we'll take Crow. Crow, the wrapped Ethereum, and Crow. That is the trading pair. All right. And you see that it has a total liquidity of about 18,000, sitting at around a volume of $300 over the last 24 hours, and 5 transaction buys and sells over the last 24 hours. Now, if we step through further into this SaitaSwap, this page here, we can see that you have a breakdown of all transactions that are live, and this is across the entire SaitaSwap SaitaPro platform. So these are killer statistics for you guys. These are things that you can utilize to make some good decisions in terms of your portfolio holdings. All right, so I'm assuming that this right here represents smart contract or a bot, right? This represents artificial intelligence, if you will, executing the trade. Obviously, you have a link here to Etherscan based on the transaction, because everything that's done on the blockchain is on the blockchain, right? Everything that's done lives on the blockchain. So you have a historical account or a record of those transactions. Now, you can see the date of the transaction, the time of the transaction, the owner, meaning the wallet. You can dive in to see other tokens that that particular wallet holds, all transactions that that wallet performed, buys and sells. It's showing you what they traded from, what they swapped from, and to. So in this scenario, this holder, they swapped 0.011 worth of Ethereum for 194.73 Crow coins at a price of 6 cents per Crow coin, right? They paid a $4.77 in gas, which brings their total transaction cost to about $12.29. How did you get the $12.29? Okay, it's the gas fees plus the price of the token they swapped to times the number of tokens. So it's Crow times the price of Crow plus the gas fee, and that's how you got the total price of that transaction. Like I said before, guys, Saitama continues to move and shake even in the bear market. And what I want to do to wrap us up in this conversation is go take a look at some pricing action, and then we'll bring us on home for this conversation. Now, let's look at this. As of the time of this recording, Saitama sits at 3 Satoshis or 3 zeros 8-9 level. So we've been dancing around giving and taking that zero, that third zero. So right now we've given back, we've gained a zero. But I wouldn't be surprised if we eat the zero again. That's just the nature of crypto, guys, in this bear market. We can see that Saitama has been down for the day, 4% almost on the day over the last 24 hours. Is down almost 10.5% over the last week. If we zoom out, we can see we pretty much been trading sideways ever since September, up and down in this channel here. That's what we've been doing. Now, let's put this into some perspective because we want to show you it's not just Saitama that's down. It's the entire crypto market. If we go over here, coin market cap, we can see that we just dropped below 800 billion. We like to stay at around that $1 trillion mark and up because that helps you to have some sentiment that everything is going to be all right in the crypto space. We are sitting down as a global crypto market 2.87% down from this time yesterday. The two movers and the shakers, Bitcoin and Ethereum, are both struggling on the day, with Ethereum struggling the most at 5% down on the day, Bitcoin down a little over 3% on the day. Now, let's wrap it up by looking at the fear and greed index, because this helps you to take a measurement, a temperature, if you will, of the sentiment out there in those crypto streets in terms of fear. We are sitting at 21, which is more fearful than this time yesterday, which we were at a 24 level. So I would argue to say we see a little more blood in the streets today than we did this time yesterday. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Crypto Stream. We'll come back with you with more details and more breaking news when it comes out, which I believe will be real soon.